And the mic is off. There you go. We're in it. We're on it today, dude. We're on it. We're on one today. Oh my goodness. Donde estás la biblioteca? It would be está la biblioteca. Okay, Jera. And la biblioteca es tres o cuatro cuadras. Caminar tres cuadras aquella y doble derecha. Boom. No one's mentioning the sus timing the MCC update. Kyle, dude, thank you so much for the donation, dude. Let's go. Get a boom in the chat. Dropping a $2 donation. Kyle, thank you so much for your donation. I really do appreciate it. What is up, everybody, tonight, man? Or today, really? Dude, we have so many people here. Thank you guys all for coming by. Okay, I'm gonna start a poll here since we got a bunch of people here. I'm gonna do a little not this. I'm gonna start a poll here. Let's do Xbox games on PS5. All right, I want to see what your guys' reaction is on this one. Let's put in the poll in the chat. Do you want to see Xbox games come to PS5? With the likelihood, if that does happen, they will not be reciprocated by PlayStation. As PlayStation will keep their exclusives, but are you okay with Xbox games coming back or coming over to PlayStation? Xbox games coming over to PlayStation. Just the fact that even happening in the first place. When does it start? It starts in 30 minutes, but I thought I'd kind of start off with just kind of chatting with you guys, getting your first opinions and things like that. Is the stream running right now, by the way? Are things working all right? I'm getting like an error message saying I need to change my resolution. If you use this camera quality on your YouTube videos, way less fuzzy. I think I have it set to 1440p crash, but I do appreciate the compliment there. It could be just like I may have like, cause like I have to like every time I turn on my camera, I have to like manually do this, right? To kind of like get the focus just right. So maybe I need to kind of just focus it more like kind of like that or something. Or could it just also be the lighting? I have my window open right here and there's light coming in on this side too, so it helps it out quite a bit there. Why does that cap look like a related gang related? It's the Seattle Mariners logo. I don't know what to tell you there. No, it's not gang related. It's no cap. Maybe that makes it look badass though, right? Do I have street cred then at that point? Oh my god, we have so many people here, guys. Thank you all so much. 97 people in the chat. Or views. Not 88 concur. 95 concur. Let's go. Thank you guys all for coming by. So yeah, let me catch up with chat a little bit here. Halo MCC anniversary confirmed, Mark. Just as it shipped 10 years ago. Everyone be like, no! Let's see more people playing Halo, so see it as a win. So if that happens, I agree as well. I think the best way to go about doing it, so then like the Xbox still has like relevancy, would be, sorry, to I would say, I think I saw it read it earlier, but with like the I think looking with Indiana Jones, have it be a timed exclusive rather than a straight up exclusive, right? Let's see if I can find the news for that right here. It's 5 4. It was a Verge article. Yeah, this one right here. Go over to here. Turn that on. There we go. Oop, did not mean to click on that. Say that Microsoft weighs in. Oops, didn't mean to put that over there either. Chat exposed. You guys made it on stream. Say Microsoft weighs in launching Indiana Jones on PS5. I think they mentioned here saying a new multi-platform approach for certain Xbox games is emerging inside Microsoft, we're told, with the company weighing up which titles will remain exclusive and others will appear on Switch or PS5 in the future. Indiana Jones will be part of the new wave of multi-platform games. I think also since Xbox has kind of bought up a sizable portion of the market now with the Activision Blizzard King acquisition, that like they can afford to just be more of a platform rather than or more of a publisher rather than a platform, right? Kind of go the same route as like EA, Ubisoft kind of thing. Getting outside buffer with AdBlock isn't used to something that's up. It could be. Hang on, let me try this real quick. Are you able to change the stream quality there, Girax? Or Gira? I keep going Girax. I forgot that I have it on ultra low latency, but I have it at, am I streaming at 1440p? That might be the problem. Let's check this out real quick here. Just want to use an Xbox controller. I mean, you can do that on PlayStation. UG 1080p 60 is fine. Okay. Low 144p and no issues. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So we all have options. So that's good. Unlike Twitch, Twitch does not let you have that option unless you are a partner streamer or the bandwidth is low enough. On YouTube, you can just go crazy. Oop, press the wrong button on that one. Lol. There we go. But yeah, also, yeah, going back to the Indiana Jones game, saying, while Bethesda will launch its Indiana Jones game first on Xbox console exclusive, it's currently set to have a rather short period of exclusivity. We're told a release for PlayStation 5 is being considered for some months later, with Bethesda tentatively targeting a December 2024 launch for the Xbox/PC version. Which I'm definitely playing that game. I'm an Indiana Jones fan. I mean, I definitely like the original movies. I've never watched, actually, I haven't watched any of the newer ones, like newer as in like Crystal Skulls and later. Hey, hope all's going well, Neptune. Things are going well. Thank you very much for asking. Yeah, if anyone's having any issues with the quality, just make sure you can just change the settings here. I don't agree with Halo going for PlayStation if God of War comes to Xbox. Yo, dude, I wish. I don't think we're gonna see reciprocation when it comes to. Why is oh my god, my camera looks like super blurry right here. Am I blurry? I feel like I'm blurry. It looks like I'm in focus, though. Hang on. Right there. That should be better. I don't think we're going to see God of War come to Xbox or any PlayStation exclusives come to Xbox. They are slowly coming over to PC though, which I very much like that. I've been meaning to play The Last of Us, been meaning to play God of War. Horizon Zero Dawn's on PC as well, right? Hoping for that to actually happen sometime soon to kind of these games come over to Xbox, because I don't know, I just feel like we're slowly starting to see that erosion of the divisions between platforms finally happening with the gaming community. It happened really with like the last generation, right? With crossplay being enabled, right? Because before, PlayStation players, PC players, Xbox players, they're only playing with each other, you know? And now we see it, that is like pretty much gone now. Now it's pretty much industry standard to let everyone be able to play, just to play your game as long as it's on the platform. And then I just had to think it'd be more profitable to have your games available on more platforms, right? I mean, all the major games right now are multi-platform, right? How do you think about it? Because ultimately, it's going to be ultimately, Xbox is going to, and Microsoft are going to do what's best for the business, right? If we go to like, Xbox most played games. All right, we have just a few minutes away from the Xbox showcase. We're 22 minutes away from the Xbox podcast going live. But I just kind of want to show an example here, right? I'll go to desktop mode. You can see Fortnite, Call of Duty, Rainbow Six Siege, I believe Roblox, NBA 2K24. I think this, I'm surprised to see this one up so high, honestly. They just have like an update or something go live. Madden, Minecraft's even multiplat, Apex, Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, Rocket League, Overwatch. This is the first like truly exclusive game that's like an Xbox's most played games, right? And all these other ones are multi-platform games. I'm always surprised to see Red Dead Redemption 2 so high up there, even though like it's just behind Grand Theft Auto for like most popular games on Xbox. And yet Rockstar's like, no, we're pretty much dropping the Red Dead Redemption 2 multiplayer for Grand Theft Auto support. I just find that hilarious that like you can have like companies wish they had games as popular as Red Dead Redemption 2, right? But still so Rockstar's like, no, we gotta focus on Grand Theft Auto, get that online going, which I mean I assume is the right play, but still Baldur's Gate 3 is still pretty popular. Now we have Halo Infinite. Look at us. Hey, look at us. Who would have thought we'd be here, right? Well, we're at like what? 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. Number 18 on the list for most popular games. Honestly, not that bad. Or above Starfield. And apparently Starfield's so much better than Halo Infinite, right? So I went a little bit of a tangent. Let me catch back up with chat here. I want Spider-Man. Dude, oh, Spider-Man would be awesome to have on Xbox. If it comes to like PC Game Pass, I'm all for it. Yo, Red Gear in the chat. Let's go. Actually, wait, we could do I just set this up. Yeah. Just set that up this morning. Trying to get, you know, it was like, I need to have a little more flair on the stream. Set that up through the Steam Deck. And also, like, look at this right here as well. When it comes to like most played games, right? Like how many people would say like, oh my god, Baldur's Gate so much more popular, Destiny so much more popular than Halo Infinite, but they're barely doing more than Halo right now. And Elden Ring, way more played than Halo Infinite, or Halo Infinite's getting way more played than Starfield and Elden Ring. But everyone would probably say that Elden Ring and Starfield are like so much better games, kind of thing. I need to play. I'm really getting the jonesing to play Baldur's Gate 3. I've never played a Divinity game, I've never played a Baldur's Gate game, but for everything I've heard, I'm like, this game sounds like the like quintessential RPG kind of game. And I'm definitely interested by it. Dude, Kyle again with the $2 donation. PS5 or Halo 5 on PlayStation, Warzone, BTB, and Breakout revived. Dude, that would be incredible. Though I would say I want to get your hopes up about that. Recent leaks, rumors are showing that it's Master Chief Collection that will most likely come to PlayStation. Let me see if I can find the insider info tweety goodness here. Kyle, okay, thank you so much, man. That's so generous of you. Appreciate the support there, brother. By the way, or if anyone's interested, we do have memberships activated on the channel. If you guys want to support the channel further, always feel free to do that. Obviously, no pressure, but always appreciate it. We have almost 200 people watching, dude. Woo! I don't think I've had this many people watch our live stream since, since the launch, since the preview first trailer of Halo Infinite, dude. Oh my gosh, you guys are far too kind. Let me see if I can find like the tweet from this dude. He had a list of games that were most likely going to be coming over to the PlayStation side of things. I'm trying to see if I can find it here. Oh, he had Master Chief. Out of the Halo games, Master Chief Collection was mentioned. But this guy seems like a PlayStation tweet news guy. Look, it's all Sony. So you got like a Sony focused like content creator guy on here on Twitter coming in talking about like Xbox content. Oh, here it is. I found the tweet. showcasing rumor. I'll zoom in for you guys here. Rumor multiple Xbox IPs coming to PlayStation 5. Sea of Thieves, Hi-Fi Rush, Microsoft's Flight Simulator, Grounded, Halo the Master Chief Collection, id Software next title launching on PlayStation Day 1, Doom Year 0. Multiple Bethesda titles now shifting to multi-platform releases, like lines up with what we've heard with Indiana Jones. I think I've heard things about Starfield also coming over to PlayStation. He says also speculates that State of Decay 2, Ori, and Pentiment will come over, but that's all just rumors and stuff like that. Red Gear, look at you, dude. Staying in for the detailed level membership to the channel, dude. Thank you so much. And don't call me generous. $5 donation here from Kyle. Dude, you're far... No, that's generous, dude. That's far too kind. Dude, let's bring in the hype. Let's go. That's worth a celebration, right? That's worth some celebrating. Yeah. This is the high quality stuff, you guys. It's right here. This is the high quality stuff you come in for the stream for. The Starfield rumor shut down. Okay, I think I remember hearing a lot about it. I've just been kind of out of the loop when it comes to Starfield stuff because I was really following it when it came to like the launch of things, but I didn't really follow. I haven't really kept up with it super well. There's just so much stuff going on, especially with the Halo side of things. That's we're kind of like a Halo focused channel, right? For the most part, yeah, should most part, as in pretty much, yeah. Oh man, never saw Halo mentioned in rumors. No, that's just like that was like the source. Where like a lot of people started citing, it's like, oh my god, Xbox is coming over to PlayStation. And plus also like the same guy tweeted this out as well. These are various quotes that Phil Spencer and CFOs and head of CEO of Xbox Gaming right here, where he said it's like, whether you play on Xbox, this is a quote directly from Phil Spencer saying, whether you play on Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, PC, or mobile, you are welcome here and will remain welcome, even if Xbox isn't where you play your favorite franchise, because when everyone plays, we all win. That sounds very inclusive, right? Xbox is a community of players, so it's important to build a community of players across a variety of platforms, which gives the community and the brand even more strength. I completely agree with that. Just as we think of ROG Ally and Steam Deck as part of the Xbox community, we need to think of many Nintendo Switch and PlayStation users as part of the Xbox community in the future. Key. The future. Future. Oh my gosh, Kyle, you're going off, man. You're popping off here. Another $5 donation. I was gonna use this to feed me and my dog tonight, but you can have it. No, now I feel terrible. Now you gave me the feeling that a dog is going hungry tonight because you wanted to donate to the channel. See, Red Gear gets it. And Chris Actual with the $5 donation. A lot of the rumor games have been shot down by the leakers. It seems to be small titles like Hi-Fi Rush and So T. Oh, Sea of Thieves just even said don't hold your breath. I don't see why you wouldn't have the Master Chief Collection come over there though. Or maybe just because like, yeah, with those games, like you go boom, bam, look at that. Bam, right there. Halo 7 announcement? No, doubt. Hard doubt on that one. Cole, easy there, man. All right. I'm already taken, all right. Thoughts on Mass Effect 5? Oh, Briken knows I'm a Mass Effect fan in here. I'm glad it's happening. Any Mass Effect game is better than no Mass Effect game, in my opinion. But we still have to wait and see what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a long time before we get that Mass Effect game. That last trailer that we saw for N7 Day, that was strictly just like, hey, don't forget we're still working on this. Like I hate it when game. It's like I think the only reason why the game is announced so early It's just so then they can put job posts and saying, hey, working for the Mass Effect title, we need, you know, level designers, artists, and things like that. What kind of guitar is that right here? This is my EVH Wolfgang. There. Bam. Love this guitar. I don't know if you guys play guitar, but in the chat here, but love this guitar so much. It's actually, I never expected it to become like my main guitar, but it's just so versatile and sounds great, and I love it. Became my main. If you guys don't know, I do play guitar on the side. It's like a fun little hobby thing. I'm currently in a cover band. We just do like whatever kind of songs we want to play. Current songs, I've been trying to get the band to play a lot more pop punk stuff, just because, well, I grew up in the 2000s, so there's that. So many YouTubers are already saying the next Halo game could be announced this year. Thoughts? Next year minimum makes no sense. I do not think we're gonna get a Halo announcement this year. If it were to happen, it would happen at the Xbox Showcase is June, but I think we're still so early on in the development of the next Halo game that it wouldn't even be worth mentioning. Like, I think right now they've probably just finalized like the idea that they want to push forward with. Because 343 knows like time is of the essence when it comes to the next Halo game. We can't wait another 5-6 years for the next Halo title. Like, we need one like ASAP, which is something I wanted to bring up probably for like a whole video of like what kind, because like since time is so much of the essence right now, that you would have to think they're going to make some form of concessions of the next Halo game to get people just to jump on and play. I don't think it's going to be like a full Halo game. I don't think it's gonna be like campaign, multiplayer, big third mode with firefight, all the customization and things like that. I have a feeling it's gonna be a much smaller, more focused experience when it comes to the next Halo game. Could just be like a singular mode. What was it? Like it's Sick Renito mentioned here saying Exclusivity is also working on the next Halo as well. I think it's like in collaboration with 343. I could totally see like the next Halo game just being like a straight up multiplayer game, but have it just be like one crazy mode, like global battle made in Halo Infinite, right? Like we saw like those Reach, early concepts, right? Or like an extraction shooter that's Halo, or battle royale that's only Halo, or something like that. Like that's what I could see happening for the next Halo game. I don't see like a full-on campaign or a fully fleshed out title. I think it's gonna be kind of like it's gonna be like a spin-off, but like another mainline title kind of thing. Play Eruption? I mean, I can play it. I just had to hook things up, and it'd be kind of annoying to set up. But I can play it, yes. I mean, I can give you like a quick little. I don't know if you can hear it right here, but where's a pick? Like, I don't know if it comes through on the mic. Yeah, like, I'll try to keep it close to the microphone, like. Yeah, something like that, right? And you gotta do like tap yourself of like, you know, that whole thing. We're here to talk about video games, not guitar, right? Honestly, I probably could just start a whole nother channel talking about music. It's how much I'm a fan of it. But we are 8 minutes away from the podcast live stream video. See if they're like doing. I think it says it's gonna be on the Xbox channel, right? If I remember correctly. Oh damn! I forgot about the podcast. Yeah, what's up, Mr. Luke? Hidden Xperia in the chat. Let's go. Get some hype. Shoot. I realized that I don't have a set for this scene. I have a set for this scene. Pod! Figway, welcome back, man. Play the Mjolnir mix. I've definitely, I've brushed up on my skills when it comes to that. Oh, and Ag Slayer in the chat, dude. Oh my gosh. Let's go. Fam's all here. By the way, if you guys have not seen the recent podcast I did with Hidden Xperia on the channel here, highly suggest you do so. It's our most viewed podcast, most engaged podcast we've had yet on the channel. We've only had 3, but it is the most viewed and most engaged one. So, got using that Hidden Xperia bump right there. But if you guys have not seen it, I suggest you do so. It's right here. Oop, that's not it. That's it. This video right here. Excellent video. I had a good time chatting with it. And making plenty of short form videos about it as well, as you guys can see. All the short form videos we're making from the podcast. These are all basically, every one of these except for this one are all podcast shorts. And some got some pretty good views, you know. Nothing too crazy, but you know, some of them have popped up a little bit. Got plenty more where that comes from too. But yeah. But Eckhart, I watched your video. I just love it. I think this is like I think this is the second time you use like this type of title on your channel. We're talking about Palpatine laying pipe. I think he said it also with like the Master Chief sex scene as well. It's like that. Why the Master Chief lay pipe? Just love it. That title alone, like, I'm like, okay, you got my click. Oh my god. And like, dude, the whole like 180 spin, the like, what's the terminology that used in like the podcast? It's like getting whiplash of like storytelling whiplash. The last 3 Star Wars movies did was crazy, man. About Halo 2 Uncut, Legendary Deathless in 3. Oh, you beat that? Oh, damn. Quality whiplash, yeah, right? Seriously, man. But like, you know, those movies are still, they had some good parts in them, also just some questionable parts. I'm gonna go to the Xbox page here to see like if are they gonna live stream it, or are they just gonna post it? Is it gonna be a premiere? Maybe it's just gonna be a premiere. Like, you think they would have it live on their YouTube channel already, right? Where's the tweet? Dude, they tweet a lot. There we go. Yeah. YouTube.com/Xbox or wherever you listen to podcasts at 12 o'clock. That's in 4 minutes. I would think they would do like a premiere of this video, you know, but I guess all right. Wow, Kevin can play. I gotta do some practice, you know. Next show we're doing, I'm playing like what are the songs I'm playing next here? I put together like a list on Spotify of all the next songs I'm playing here. For the next show that we're doing, we're playing like I'm playing and singing on "Sugar We're Going Down" by Fall Out Boy, "Hit Me With Your Best Shot," "Sad But True," "Take Me Out," Franz Ferdinand. I'm also playing "You Really Got Me" by Van Halen because I've been on a huge Van Halen kick. I love that song. "Don't Speak" by No Doubt, "Final Countdown," "Hail to the King," "Avenged Sevenfold." I hate that song because it's so freaking hard. I'm literally just playing solos the entirety of this like 5-minute long song. Singing and playing on "In Too Deep" by Sum 41. Playing guitar, Mr. Crowley, "Rebel Yell," "Hunger Strike," "Rocket in the Free World." Oh no, "Buried Alive." Oh, that's the one I hate. "Buried Alive" by Avenged Sevenfold. We're playing that one too. We might have to drop it. I don't know. That song's really freaking hard. "Don't Look Back in Anger," "Zombie" by Cranberries, "Pretender," Foo Fighters. I'm also playing lead guitar and "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey. Yeah. "Wasted Years" by Iron Maiden. That's another good one. But yeah, we're playing like a bunch of those songs. "Buried Alive," yo. Dude, hey, it's an amazing song. And I love playing it. It's just really freaking hard. Am I a coffee guy? Oh yeah. Actually I got a little bit left in this mug. It's cold now because I forgot about it, but it's there. Dude, we have 271 people in the chat, dude. What the hell is going on? Thank you guys all so much for coming by. I really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. keep you up to date with Xbox and gaming and Halo news and all that good stuff. Has some insane sweeps in their solos, yeah. And yeah, that song, Buried Alive, doesn't shy away from the sweeps either. I kind of cheat it live. I just do like little like 3-string, 2-string kind of sweep stuff. It gets the job done. I'm just nowhere near as good as Sinister Gates, which is just insane. He's just absolutely insane. He's still one of my favorite guitar players. So just like when you hear Sinister Gates play, like you know it's him, you know. I guess we'll just need to be tapping refresh on the Xbox page here. I think that's all we need to do. Iron Maiden's your favorite? Yeah, dude. We played like the Trooper last time. I think someone also wanted to do Hallowed Be Thy Name. I'm just like, dude, I already got too many songs I need to play. I'm your 8th biggest fan. I appreciate the modesty there. When's it starting, Miguel? It should be starting here in like 1 minute, but it's gonna be on the Xbox page. But Xbox is being stingy on the posts here. They're not really. It says it's gonna be on the YouTube channel here. I'm on the right YouTube channel. I'm assuming they're just gonna post it and it's just gonna go live. It's a big. That's not even all the songs that the band is playing as well. I'm sending some of the songs out because we have like a rotating door of people coming in and out. MCC got an update yesterday. Yes, it did. Yeah, I brought this up. I was talking with BBK Dragoon in the video we posted today. Yesterday, talking about like, oh, got an update, and for some reason your mods they'll have some compatibility issues. Why is that? You know. All right, it's 12 o'clock. Where the podcast at? I'm in a refresh. I want to listen in on this, man. Yeah, youtube.com/Xbox. Like, yeah, this is the right page. This is the place to go. They don't have a podcast page or thing on their channel yet. Live, not lives. Definitely not shorts. So I guess it'd just be a video that get posted live. I never actually did play Elden Ring, sadly. Playing too much Halo. And also, like, the Souls type games, like, I hate dying a lot in video games. And I know, like, yeah, it's, like, the most user-friendly because, of, like, they did quality of life improvements with Elden Ring to make it so that it's, like, more accessible. But, like, I know, I don't know. I like more just, like, a straightforward, like, narrative kind of experience. And it seems like I've heard with, like, Elden Ring, right, that they do more storytelling through like environments and notes and things like that. It's not like straight up like cinematics that you get to sit and watch, right? I know, I'm waiting for the video too, guys. I'm waiting for the video as well. It says it's supposed to be posted on their YouTube channel. There it is. All right, guys, it's live. It's only 22 minutes. So this is not too long of a podcast here. So let's go. We're jumping in this. All right, guys, we have 400 people in the chat. Thank you all for coming by. Make sure, before we get into this, like the video. Really appreciate it. It'll help support the channel. Subscribe if you want to keep up to date. And with all the good stuff coming on with Xbox and gaming and Halo and all that good stuff. But without further ado, let's jump in to said podcast here. I'm going to start a page to start a timer here. And I'm kind of nervous, honestly. I'm actually kind of nervous. Like, I'm actually, like, a little apprehensive to press play on this still. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, thank you guys. Oh, dude, we're at 420 concurrent video viewers. Nice. All right. Without further ado, Xbox podcast. Let's all enjoy this together. You can feel the details without clicking start. All right, let's get into it. All right.
Hello and welcome to the official Xbox podcast. I'm your host, Tina Amini, and we have a very special episode today, as you can probably tell by the fact that I'm joined by Phil, Sarah, and Matt.
This is going to be huge, dude.
And we're going to talk about some updates at Xbox. We want to talk about game exclusivity. We want to talk about Activision Blizzard, now that they're part of our portfolio, how that might be an impact on Game Pass. And we want to talk about hardware, too, and how all of this fits into the strategy at Xbox. So where should we start, Phil?
Oh, my gosh.
Just when we originally had planned for the show,
right off the rip, talk about exclusivity.
I think we probably would have started with Activision Blizzard, maybe talked a little bit about the exclusivity with some of the news coming up, and then hardware. But we've had some unforeseen news that has come out. So let's just go and tackle the exclusivity question, because I know it's on the minds
we're going right into it
from the community, and that's an important input for us. So we made the decision that we're going to take 4 games to the other consoles, just 4 games, not a change to our kind of fundamental exclusive strategy.
Okay, so less games than leaked.
We're making these decisions for some specific reasons. We make every decision really with the long-term health of Xbox in mind. And long-term health of Xbox means a growing platform, our games performing, building the best platform for creators, reaching as many players as we can. We're always looking to learn as a leadership team and to grow. And we think this is an interesting point in time for us to use what some of the other platforms have right now to help grow our franchises. So we're going to do that.
So these 4 titles, what are they? Can you say?
I'm not going to name those games.
What?
The teams that are building those games have announced plans that are not too far away. As we know, game teams put a lot of energy.
Wait, so none of the existing titles are going out?
So I don't want to take anything away from those teams. So I won't be talking about the titles specifically, but I think when they come out,
dude, what a tease!
It'll make sense.
Can we say if either of those titles are Starfield or Indiana Jones?
They are not Starfield or Indiana Jones.
Well, what was the criteria and how the team was thinking about selecting those 4 titles?
Let me start a little bit outside of that, and then I'll get to the 4 specific games that we're talking about
right now.
Oh my God.
Phil.
Because the fundamental decision driver for any decision that we make, anything we're going to talk about today, is the long-term health of Xbox. That we're running a growing platform that is reaching more players, that our games are having as much success as possible. And I do have a fundamental belief that over the next 5 or 10 years, exclusive games that are exclusive to one piece of hardware, are going to be a smaller and smaller part of the game industry. And that's not some great insight, because if you look at the last 10 years and what the biggest games are today,
I agree with this
it's a natural place. Whether it's one console and PC, multiple consoles, mobile console and PC, you see big games landing on multiple platforms. And we want to be a great platform for creators that are trying to realize that potential. But now back to the specifics of the question on these 4 specific titles.
Oh my God, Phil.
We looked at games that are over a year old.
Can I just say, like, Phil is stretching this out. Like, Phil has watched too many YouTube videos, okay? He's stretching out the content. He's getting that average viewer duration up. He's going to wait until the very end to actually get to the damn point here. I know this, okay? I do this all the time with my videos, okay? Easy, Phil. And I see what you're doing. All right, you've watched too many YouTube videos. You're delaying to the point. You're stretching it out. Tell me what it is.
So they've been on Xbox and PC for a while. A couple of the games are community-driven games, new games that kind of first iterations of a franchise that have reached their full potential, I'd say, on Xbox and PC. There's always growth. Franchises that we obviously want to continue to invest in. Part of having the ability to continue to invest is that the businesses behind those franchises continue. We think it's important that these service-based games that have communities behind them, that they can have confidence that they're going to
service-based games.
So 2 of them, kind of community-driven games that will end up on other platforms and give us the ability to continue to invest in them. We think that's great for the business and great for the communities. More players.
Just outing myself here.
And so 2 of the other games are smaller games that were never really meant to be built as kind of platform exclusives and all the fanfare that goes around that. But games that our teams really wanted to go build, that we love supporting creative endeavors across our studios, regardless of size. And as they've realized their full potential on Xbox and PC, we see an opportunity to utilize the other platforms as a place to just drive more business value out of those games, allowing us to invest in maybe future iterations of those, so sequels to those, or just other games like that in our portfolio. And when we don't damage Xbox and we can grow our business using what other platforms have and to help us with that, we're going to do that. And that's really the story behind these 4 games. And last thing I'll say, looking forward, I think there is an interesting story for us of introducing Xbox franchises to players on other platforms to get them more interested in Xbox. We think.
Guys, so Xbox just put out a tweet with some news. Do we want to keep watching this? Because we still have about we're 5 minutes in. It's almost 23-minute long video. Do you want me to show you what Xbox just tweeted out? We got some good news. Or do we just move? Or you just keep watching the podcast and read the tweet afterwards? Keep watching. Show us. Show the tweet. Show and play. Oh yeah, we'll keep playing after we watch it. Yeah, let's read the tweet here, and then we'll finish out the podcast video and kind of get a little more context behind the tweets and stuff like that. So Xbox just tweeted this out as soon as the podcast went live. This went out as well. So we're gonna show the tweet, and then we'll come back to the video here. So let's read down this thread here. So Xbox is keeping our promise to bring more games and more players around the world with an incredible year of major releases like Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, Indiana Jones, and The Great Circle, Avowed, Aura, History Untold, Towerborn, yada yada. 2024 is going to be a great year for Xbox players around the world, yada 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 yada. Today we're also continuing our commitment to expanding the communities we reach. We are in the process of bringing 4 Xbox games to other platforms. These did say that these are established games right now that are currently within the works, but they're not going to be like new games that haven't been released yet. These are games which have already been on Xbox for the past year. Like, okay, well, I'll just keep reading then. Including hidden gems that deserve to be experienced more widely, and live service games whose communities will benefit from bigger titles, more players and stuff like that. As we begin to fulfill our promise to offer Activision Blizzard games with Game Pass, we're happy to share Diablo 4 will be available on Game Pass and console, and on Game Pass on console and PC on March 28th. Yes, I'm so glad I didn't buy that game on Steam sale. I was so close to buying it on a Steam sale. Game Pass will continue to only be available on Xbox platforms, and I can't read today, bruh. We'll continue, and we'll have all first-party games playable on day 1. Xbox hardware will also continue to be a flagship experience for players and for game developers to launch games with a robust and innovative multi-year hardware roadmap, including more console and controller options for this holiday, confirming the leaks that we've seen about the new console coming in, which is great. Also talking about a new controller coming in as well. We talked about that leak of must have been back in June of 23 with the discless console and stuff like that. Xbox will continue to be a platform where you will play the biggest games, a platform that is dedicated to you with features like backwards compatibility, cross-save, cross-play, and robust cloud features. This all means that the biggest games in the world will be available on Xbox and continued Game Pass day 1 releases, a multi-year hardware roadmap and commitment to the first part of the day. We already read that. We are here to help game creators reach the largest audience possible. The biggest games are larger than one platform. Check out our full blog for the podcast details down below. So they didn't mention any games coming to PlayStation. He says they're going to leave that up to the developers. Diablo is coming to Game Pass next month, in a month basically, which I'm all hyped for. I definitely will be playing Diablo on Game Pass. And sounds like in the future, more games will become available on PlayStation. This sounds like it. But let's keep listening on the podcast to get some more of those details.
Think there's a good brand value for Xbox there. So 4 games, no promise beyond that. So if you're on those other platforms and you see these 4 games coming, please don't take it as some signal that everything's coming. It's not. And we're going to learn.
I don't
So
think
when
it's a
you are thinking
useless
about the
tweet
future and
there,
this concept
Miguel.
of
There's some
live
good news
service
there.
games that can benefit
Because
from
like, actually, also, I'll pause it real quick, saying one of the rumors was that Game Pass was going to come to PlayStation, and people were like, "Holy crap, what?" And it definitely doesn't seem to be the case. As I said, like Game Pass will remain on Xbox, which I think is the right play to make when it comes to that. If you're gonna have your Xbox titles be on PlayStation, timed exclusivity, individual purchases kind of thing. But if you want to come over to the Xbox side of things, buy into the Game Pass subscription, you can play all the Xbox titles for what, $15-20 a month or something like that.
bigger audiences, new audiences. How does that apply to future titles and how you're applying that criteria there?
Yeah, there's really no fundamental change to how we think about exclusivity. We just came out of Developer Direct, which was an awesome show where we showed great games that are coming to Xbox and PC and cloud, which really makes them accessible to hundreds of millions of people. So it's this kind of, we're really focused on a couple platforms and what's going to show up there. But our key of play the games you want with the people you want, anywhere you want, when everybody plays.
I think Sea of Thieves might be one, yeah.
These have been part of our strategy for years and will continue to be.
Infinite?
Our focus is on how do we continue to grow the games industry by reaching more players in more places, and how do we grow Xbox as part of that. Xbox is a hardware platform, Xbox is a publisher of great games, and Xbox as a platform for the world's best creators.
And then knowing that, how do we think about our first-party games and Game Pass?
Yeah, well, to build on what Phil just said, one thing I would add, as you were talking about growth, is just that we've sort of seen this inversion over the last 5 years where it used to be that the platform was the biggest thing.
That's right.
And the games would sort of tuck in within the platform. Today, big games like a Roblox or a Fortnite could actually be bigger than any one platform.
I literally was just talking about this earlier on this live stream. Like, yeah, that's definitely the thing. Like, you see all the major games, they're all multi-platform. They're just available for everyone to play. And the thing is that, like, when you sell these consoles, these publishers who make consoles are losing money on the consoles because they plan to make money on the games that they sell. So it makes sense to lean more into the game publisher side of things rather than so much on the focus on the hardware. But it seems like the hardware is going to stay here.
And that really has changed the way that we think about things. So in the midst of all that, I think we at First Party can come back to sort of some core principles. First, that all of our games will be on the Xbox platform. Second, all of our games will go into Game Pass on day one. And third, we know that Game Pass will only be available on Xbox. So there's sort of starting points for us. As Phil mentioned, there are games today that you can play that only can be found on Xbox. And at the same time, we want to bring more of our games to more players. So we're going to continue to look at that. Kind of moving aside, though, from some of those and thinking more about what does it really mean for the player, to me, the two key things are cross-play and cross-save. Those things allow us to deliver on the promise of Xbox, which is play with your friends where they are, play on the devices you want, play the games you want. So that is really only possible at a practical level when you know that you're saves.
I do too. I want Final Fantasy 16 on PC. It's coming.
All those parts.
I think it might be coming this year.
So not all of our games today are necessarily built to take advantage of that. There still will be some games that don't. As we bring more teams into the Xbox family, there's some catch up to do as we get
on
there.
Xbox, yeah.
Cross-play, cross-save is like so fundamental to what we're doing, and I think is something that we as First Party get such a good benefit from being so close to the platform.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's one of the things, like you said, all of our games are always in Game Pass. And so I'm excited to announce, with the coming together that we had with Activision Blizzard King, that Activision and Blizzard games are coming to Game Pass, starting with Diablo 4 on March 28th, which I'm super excited to share today.
Hell yeah.
And it's all part of our commitment to make the Xbox experience and the games that we build as widely available as possible. So now the 34 million Game Pass members can all enjoy the fantastic experience of Diablo 4.
Amazing. Can we come back to
Hasn't Diablo 4 coming under like a lot of heat recently? Like, I know that like when season 2 for Diablo 4 went out, like people hated it, and then season 3 I heard like people hate it even more now or something, and then they had like backtrack and people started liking it. Now it's hated again, kind of thing. True, yeah. Arthur Morgan brings a good point. Call of Duty on Game Pass. I think could we see it this year? You know, we're starting to see it happen right now. Could we see the next Call of Duty game, was supposed to be Call of Duty Gulf War, right? Is the leaked name for it. Coming out the Game Pass. Could this be the first year? I mean, it's a rather fast turnaround from when the deal finalized, right, with Activision Blizzard to then come over to Game Pass with Diablo 4, which Diablo 4 released, like last year? Yeah, 2023, the game released, like back in, it was like May of 24 or something like that, right? Or 23. And with less than a year, the game's on Game Pass. Could we see, the Call of Duty titles start coming over to Game Pass? I would say yes, please. I think that's definitely within the realms of possibility. Diablo really isn't the news? What do you mean it's not the news? Is this news? Really? It wasn't obvious that Diablo 4 was coming to Game Pass? Did anyone really have any doubts? I didn't have any doubts that Diablo 4 was not coming to Game Pass. It's more about when it would come over to Game Pass. I was expecting kind of like at the end of 24 to have these Activision titles come over to Game Pass. It seems like next month, which I'm all for that. That's gonna be awesome. I think also just because I think it's also with the games that already have like an Xbox connection with them, right? Like if you can play the Activision title on Xbox, most likely you can also play it on Game Pass here soon enough. And I think it's just kind of like opening gateways for people to download through Game Pass. Like it's a back-end server kind of management kind of stuff. Yo, Figway with a $2 donation. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Halo on Switch would be interesting. I agree. I think that would be amazing to have happen. But sadly, no. It doesn't seem... I don't think we'll be getting Halo on PlayStation anytime soon.
To the point, Phil, you mentioned at the top, this isn't really a change in strategy for us. Can you recap for me how it isn't?
Yeah, and I thought both Matt and Sarah did really...
Didn't you just explain why for the last 9 minutes why you're not really changing anything, but it's like just like the different philosophy behind games? And she's like, yeah, but can you tell it to me again? I think it's more like for that redundant question for like the people who like don't really listen. To be like, for those people who are just give it to me, tell it to me like I'm 5, which is always the best way to describe things.
A nice job of talking about what we're doing on Xbox, where we're going. If you take a platform feature like Xbox Play Anywhere, which has been a promise that we've made on our first-party games, that you can buy our game once, you're going to get play across Xbox and Windows. I think we're the only platform that does this. That makes it possible for you not only to play with your friends wherever they are, but to know that you actually have multiple entitlements to the games. I think that's a technology I would love to see applied to more platforms. But it is this view that people are going to play Xbox in multiple places. Whether it's play the games you want with the people you want, anywhere you want, whether it's content, community, and cloud, whether it's when everybody plays, we all win. Like we've had different taglines, different strategy, kind of words that we've used, but always with this view that Xbox is a platform for creators who want to reach the most players. Our investments in xCloud, our investments in franchises like Minecraft, and now...
the numbers between console sales would say different there, Phil, but I think I can see why you're going with this route.
Call of Duty and other large franchises, so that we learn how to build those. This has been a strategy that we've been on for, I'd say, a decade. It's not about one device. It's not about games in service of a device, but rather the devices that people want to play on should be in service of making the games as big and popular as they possibly could be. Because really a healthy creator community on Xbox, a healthy creator community in gaming all up, is the thing that all of us as game players should be voting for, because that's the thing that will lead to the best long-term success and growth in this industry.
And my understanding, just from listening and learning from you three over the past few weeks, just understanding what's happening with Xbox, is that we see trends with player behavior where people are playing on multiple devices. That is the reality. And we have put some games out on multiple platforms before. So my understanding is that that's been good for players. How does that come back to the business with all of that in mind?
Yeah, as you said, we have shipped games on other platforms. In fact, realistically, if you look with the addition of Activision and Blizzard and ZeniMax, we're one of the largest game publishers on PlayStation. We're one of the largest publishers on the Nintendo Switch, especially when you put Minecraft into the equation as well. And now we're one of the largest publishers on mobile platforms as well. And that's not something that we want to back away from. We want to continue to be building great games that millions and millions of people can love, and that they can play those games where they want to go play. But we do understand the business success that Xbox has to have. Us as leaders in this business, the system today, the system that all companies that we play video games from, is a world of you got to be growing your business. Growth in an Xbox business is critical to the long-term health of Xbox. Many people know I've been on Xbox for over 20 years, and I want to make sure Xbox is in the best position for the next 20 years. That means
I've seen some people talking in the chat here, talking about like tarnishing. Is that trashing? Yeah, trashing was used twice here by two different people. Trashing Halo and trashing exclusives. They said that within this podcast that exclusivity will still be a thing with Xbox. Like, it's still happening. It might be more timed, maybe, or starting to branch out to other games, but like because obviously like they want people to jump into the Xbox ecosystem. The content that's within the ecosystem is what gets people to jump in and start using it. So it wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense to have like day one games that are exclusive to Xbox come over the PlayStation at the same time. Because like they said right here that Xbox Game Pass is going to stay on Xbox. It's not going over the PlayStation anytime soon, which I think is the right move to make. What Xbox needs to do is try to incentivize people to jump into the Xbox ecosystem in some kind of way, not just through the console, but through other means as well. Like on PC with Game Pass, just buy PC Game Pass, pay that monthly fee of like 15, 18 bucks, whatever it is a month, like I do as well. And you can just play this huge library of games, which is going to be even more massive with the Activision Blizzard King acquisition as well. When that, like I said, we have Diablo 4 coming in on March 28th. We're going to start seeing more and more of those titles come in. And I don't remember it taking too long for Bethesda ZeniMax titles to come over to Game Pass, if I remember correctly, right? I think like maybe like a year. It was like a year-long process for having the most like popular games come over to Game Pass. And so I don't think it would be tarnishing Xbox. If anything, it's just giving people more accessibility to jump in and play some of these things. And having games that are community driven, like you mentioned, right? Games that need a larger player base for people to want to jump in and play, like say Sea of Thieves. Like single player experiences, I don't see coming over to PlayStation. It's more like he mentioned directly like live service, community driven games. And so games like Sea of Thieves would probably be one. I mean, we're just kind of earlier where we're just looking at like most played games, right? But we can have like Minecraft, you probably see maybe pop over there as well, potentially. I think Minecraft's already on PlayStation, if I remember correctly. Like, I mean, Halo could be one, though, but they didn't mention it. And it seems like they're in development right now. Either they're new titles that will be coming over to PlayStation, or they're developing the accessibility to PlayStation, something like that. He was pretty vague on that topic. People are mad because PS would never do the same to Xbox willingly. Yeah, that's also very true. Feels like that meme, right? Where he's like, I sent you a pic, please respond to like PlayStation, and PlayStation's like, no, we're keeping our games on our platform. I think this is also just a little bit of Xbox recognizing that they're just kind of stuck in third place, and that's the best that they can do, really. Like, even with the series consoles being really good consoles, people just kind of kept going with the PlayStation side of things. Nintendo's up number one, up in their own league. They do their own thing. Nintendo plays by their own rules, and everything still works for them. And then you have got PlayStation, and then you have Xbox. And Xbox is really only prominent within the United States, North America audience. And then outside of North America, Xbox is like a very distant third. It's all PlayStation and Nintendo outside of US. And so I think that's why like they bought into like the whole cloud gaming system, right? With xCloud. So you're like, hey, you can play anywhere in the world. You can stream our games and have some fun playing them, lowering that bar of entry to get into the Xbox ecosystem. And now doing this with like having some exclusive titles jump over to PlayStation. I don't know. It's interesting, man.
It's healthy player community, healthy creator community, and healthy business. So when we look at opportunities to allow more people to play, more people engage, more people to buy, more people to subscribe, it's all about
Hey, he said it. Now you gotta do it. Subscribe, people. And also like while you're at it. It helps out the video output when it goes live.
Xbox in the best position. And our hardware is a critical component of that. The absolute best experience somebody has on Xbox is hardware that your team builds and that people play on. But that's not going to be everybody. We fully accepted that we're going to have Xbox players across all kinds of devices.
So I think a lot of people think about 2023 as this incredible year for gaming. And in a lot of ways it was. There were some really amazing releases that I think we all enjoyed. But what were the signals behind the scenes that maybe indicated how we wanted to look at the future of Xbox and how we kind of keep up with the industry?
Yeah, such a good question. And I think it's, as people who care about the industry, which I assume is people who are watching this, it was an amazing year. Some great launches, some of the games that I think will stand the test of time and people will be talking about a decade from now. But it's an industry that didn't really grow. And what happens when an industry doesn't grow? You end up with some job eliminations, which we had. We had even our own hard decisions to make about building a sustainable business for ourselves, but in no way were we alone in that.
Dude, I hate hearing that. I mean, obviously, like layoffs are always a thing. Microsoft always does a round of layoffs every year when it comes to that, like closing down divisions, reorganizing people, laying people off, and things like that. But it's like we had such an amazing year of 2023 of just high quality games, record sales and stuff like that. Or at least I believe those record sales. I remember hearing stuff about that. And then having so many people laid off is just insane. It's just like, dude, like what do the developers need to do to keep their jobs? Like, I understand that's a business and you need to maintain a business, but it's like people at the high ends of like the people who make these decisions of like budgeting, timing, releases, quality of games, those are all like the CEOs, the heads of studios, the heads of like Xbox and PlayStation and Ubisoft. They all get to keep their jobs. They're all having no problems because they're like immunity. They have like firing immunity where basically they just need to be pressured by the shareholders to be like, hey, step down. And be like, I'm taking a leave of absence. Like, sure you are. No, the board of directors told you to leave and then you did. Like, that's the only way these people lose their jobs, when you have like such hardworking developers who make amazing games and do great stuff, but then get just like cut because of costs. You know, it's really sad to see. I think a good example of it would be like Immortals of Avium, right? We've seen a whole bunch of news about that game recently, especially from Kotaku, saying like single player games aren't viable, even though majority of the most popular games of 2023 were single player focused games. That they had a huge cut recently at their studio. But the thing is that like, it's because the game was bland. It wasn't really exciting. It had a terrible release window as well. And so like, it's just, dude, it's like the people who make these decisions of like gameplay elements and how the game plays and stuff like that. Those are all like upper management people that comes with like the concepts, the ideas, and what they want to move forward with the game. And when you release a bland game, like the game looked fantastic, like gameplay, like the gameplay itself, like the effects, the animations, the quality of the game, like beyond Unreal Engine 5 looked amazing. I bet you all the developers, it seemed like all the developers did an amazing job of what they had to make, but the stuff that they had to make wasn't really that compelling because like apparently the story wasn't really that great. Gameplay was a little bland, but that's probably just because they had to push the game out, to keep costs down. It cost them $125 million to develop the game for development and marketing. And then it just kind of being a flat game. It wasn't really like a bad one. It was just bleh. And in releasing in 2023 in such a terrible window as well of 2023, that like the bar of quality was set so high in 23 to have like Immortals of Avium come out was just bleh. I don't know. Did you play the game, Kevin? The story was like Michael Bay Transformers movie level of predictable. I actually didn't play the game because, well, funds are tight. But I mean, I watched plenty of reviews on it. I watched the gameplay. I watched cutscenes and stuff like that. Like they had like motion mocap stuff, like high quality voice actors in the game as well. Like that's not cheap, you know. They probably really could have cut corners in some other way, but some high up developer, management guy was like, hey, we need to have mocap. We need to have like this voice actor who does like high quality stuff. It's like, you got to cut costs where you can. And like, the decision making behind the game just didn't really seem to be very well done.
When you think about a healthy industry, I want players who believe that they will find the best games on the platforms that they love. I want people who invest their careers in working here to feel like this is a place that they can be successful. And that really is down to being part of an industry that is growing. If you listen to Lisa Su, the AMD CEO, she'll say that AMD-powered consoles are likely to decline in 2024. I think there's an amazing set of games coming in 2024, but if we don't get to growing as an industry, the industry will struggle. And today there's really two choices on how do you grow the industry. Do you say I have a fixed number of players, the players that we have today, and do I find new ways to monetize those players to get more money from the players that I have? Or do you think about how do I expand the business I have by finding new players and adding those to the base of players that already play? Our focus on Xbox for the last decade has really been on that latter point.
I would agree with that as well. I mean, as Halo fans are probably like, oh, it's a bunch of lies, Halo free to play, microtransactions, you're squeezing the player base for money. But I would say overall, like Xbox as a publisher hasn't really been trying to squeeze out the player base. Like, yeah, prices have been slowly going up, but I think it's more just adjusting for inflation, and over time things are just gonna be more and more expensive. So like I think about that Game Pass went up like $1 or $2 or something like that. Like nothing too crazy. And there are a lot of features and services that Xbox provides that you wouldn't really get charged for, like xCloud, for example. I think it just comes with Game Pass Ultimate, if I remember correctly, right? Like they could just have that be a completely separate charged. Oh yeah, sure. Like, yeah, Lance, we can. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm pausing too much. Yeah. Yeah, we can finish watching.
Of how do we make sure Xbox is growing for our players, growing for our creators, so those people are finding success on our platform, which will grow the Xbox business and put Xbox in a position to be very strong for years and decades to come.
Matt, earlier you were talking about these growing gaming communities, how they're incredibly large and comparable on such a different level when we think about console audiences. Like you mentioned Roblox, you mentioned Fortnite. So how are we're obviously thinking about our responsibility, our hardware responsibility is supporting the growth of gaming communities. How has that actually shown up for the players? Are there other games we can speak to from our portfolio?
Well, as Phil mentioned, two of the biggest ones for us, Call of Duty and Minecraft, they are driven just from the bottom up by the communities of people that play those games, which is so great. I think about it, for the player community, it comes down to where are the friends, where are the people you play with, and then equally important is where have you built up your library of games, right? Where have you invested? Where's that library? I think those two things probably are some of the biggest influences on where people choose to play and what devices they choose to play.
Yeah.
When we think about, on the other side, the developer side, just any game developer wants their game to find the biggest audience possible. That's just the nature of building a game. You want people to enjoy and participate in what you've made. And I think we're in a unique position to deliver on that, just because we are the platform. We build hardware, we've got a first-party games group, and then we've got a system that ties that together, that brings together your friends, your progression, your achievements, all of that. And I think that's really what has contributed to the momentum behind some of these communities.
Yeah, absolutely. When you look at, just step back and you look at the history of the industry, we've moved from a place where it used to be that someone built and launched a game to accelerate hardware to actually the things we do with our hardware and with our platform are all in service of making those games bigger. And we think about that across all of the investments we make, the consoles we build, the investments we do with things like cross-play, cross-progression, the things that we're...
First of all, can I just say, like, we have Simple Plan in the chat? I just was like, is this actually like the actual account here? Is there a way to view the account? That'd be absolutely hilarious. It was actual Simple Plan YouTube channel in the chat here.
We're doing with cloud. How do we actually give more options to game creators so they can have the greatest success? I think one of the fun recent examples about this is actually Pow World. You know, Pow World was able to launch, they were a game preview, they launched in Game Pass, they also simultaneously launched in Steam. And through the combination of those things, you know, Pocket Pair was able to have this outsized success, and it was the largest third-party Game Pass launch ever. And that's all because we give creators options on how they can launch their games. We've got subscription, we've got retail, we've got free-to-play, we've got game preview, we have the consoles, we have our experience on PC, and they can access all of those things.
Elder Emo
and when
Jones.
we step back and we just look at the performance of our platform all up, we know it's working. We're at the highest level of users on console, the highest level of users on PC, the highest level of users on cloud ever. We have double-digit growth rate on PC and cloud, places where we're enabling creators to actually reach new players.
Yeah, first of all, we gotta say, I'm sorry for pausing, but like xCloud was literally mentioned as like their least used service. And I think Sarah Bond herself even mentioned this. Like, it's by far the least used service, and people mainly use xCloud to play the games while their game is downloading. So I think any growth in that is double-digit growth.
On the console ecosystem. And that's why we're leaning into it and doing more, because we see all those signals.
So we're talking about the role that hardware plays for creators, for the games and those communities. What about the role that hardware plays for us as a business, for Xbox?
When we look at our hardware, it really is, and Phil said this earlier, it's where you get like the most flagship seminal experience of Xbox. And it also represents a developer target. Our developers can build the specs of our hardware, and we invest to make sure they know when they do that, that the games are going to run great on our hardware, but they're also going to be able to be accessed across any screen because of all the other investments we make. So we're giving them an easy way to access as many players as possible. And we actually have more creators right now building for Xbox than ever before by nature, thousands of them by nature of those investments. And we got more to come. There's some exciting stuff coming out in hardware that we're going to share this holiday. And we're also invested in the next generation roadmap. And what we're really focused on there is delivering the largest technical leap you will have ever seen in a hardware generation, which makes it better for players and better for creators and the visions that they're building.
And then when we're talking about hardware too, there's these other considerations that are really important to our community, probably to each one of ourselves as well. When you talk about library, because I want to dig in on that a little bit more. You know, as we talk about cloud in the wider entertainment industry, there's conversations about streaming. How is that impacting how I own my content that I've invested in? So what can
okay, so like just like kind of touch on it, like what she was talking about, like for the next like advancement in hardware, right? That's coming in. It's this right here. Saying the this is Microsoft's new diskless Xbox Series X design, a lift to wake controller kind of thing. So a bunch of new technical advancements, 2 terabyte hard drive and things like that. But it seems like it's going to be pretty much like the same thing as a regular Xbox Series S or X, but you know, diskless. Some new features here and there. Like it said, like actually, we'll open up this. This is a leaked image that was, I think it was released. But it said like reduce PSU by 15%, so less power. New low power standby mode is 20% of the Xbox Series XSS standby mode. Increased use of the housing that they have in there. 100% recyclable materials and things like that. Still at $499 when it comes to the pricing. Just like, you know, and then what they mentioned like Wi-Fi 6E right there as well. So like less interference when it comes to Wi-Fi stuff. But this is pretty much what she's talking about when it comes to like hardware advancements. It's this right here. And so, like, yeah, it's got to be like a refresh of the consoles. It happens every generation.
What can we say about our stance around game preservation?
Yeah, you know, one of the highlights for me of being in this position was getting to stand on stage when we announced the back compat coming to Xbox One. Like, it was fantastic. People were reading the teleprompter before I could read it. Slow reader. And just feeling the energy in the
PlayStation for life,
in the
Xbox
sucks.
It's such a troll.
One of the cues I think us as being part of Microsoft take is looking at Windows and how Windows over decades has maintained software compatibility with things that are built on it. Like I can still go back and play some of the games that I love.
Yeah, some
playing on
big stuff was
Windows from
announced at
decades
Lance.
ago, and it will still run. And we try to bring that same view to consoles. It's harder in console because the line between what the hardware is and what the game is in consoles is traditionally it's tighter, which makes compatibility. You end up doing these generational compatibilities that we've built. But I will say,
a couple of minutes left in the
compatibility,
podcast.
the ability to not only play the games, but my saves are
And
still
we'll dive
there
into
with
the
our cloud
details
save
afterwards.
systems
Yeah.
to try to keep the services up as long as we can so that people can play is a tenet of what we are as Xbox. It's at our foundation. And when we look at future hardware generations and what we're going to support, making sure that we respect, which is the word I use, respect the investments that people have made in Xbox going forward is fundamental. And the fact that you get entitlements when you buy a game from us on both Windows and Xbox also means you have the ability to play that game across a multitude of devices, which I think furthers the compatibility of the games that you own.
Can we go back to what Xbox stands for today? I think we've
2009
pretty much
comment.
covered all of the elements, but if you could break it down for me.
You know, when you play on Xbox, what we're saying is you're playing on a platform where you know the biggest games in the world are always going to be. You're playing on a platform where you get to access Game Pass. And all of the games from our incredible range of studios will always launch in Game Pass day one. And you're playing on a platform that's dedicated to you, like player-first features.
I'll be getting other
crossplay,
details afterwards.
cross-save, cross-progression, backwards compatibility, being able to play your games in your library anywhere you want because of the investments that we make in cloud gaming. And so you're playing somewhere where you're investing and you know you get to take the games forward with you and across all of the screens where you are. And I think most importantly, Xbox is a place where you know when you're investing in Xbox, you're investing somewhere that is dedicated to making games more successful and creators more successful so that they can invest more to bring even better experiences to you all of the time.
Yeah, just that investment in the studios is so, and we feel that as part of first party with the platform proximity. You know, it's kind of amazing now to look out across all the studios that we've got and just be reminded that we're now one of the biggest development organizations in the industry. What does that mean for players?
'Cause you got that
it
sweet
means
cash.
that the biggest games are going to continue to come to Xbox. And this
He's flexing on
2024, the year coming
PlayStation.
up, we've got more than 10 major releases coming up. Great stuff. Hellblade 2. We've got Diablo expansion. We've got Avowed, Ara, the Indiana Jones game. And there's more in development, which I think we're going to be able to share more about at our June showcase coming up pretty soon.
Well, I guess I should get ready to work on that show.
Halo.
Well, thank you all for showing up on the podcast today, and we'll see the rest of you this June.
Yeah,
Thanks, Tina.
thank you.
All right, so that's the podcast. So I know I saw a lot of guys in the chat saying that this is a nothing burger. There's nothing in, say anything. I think it's more, this is a kind of like a podcast to let you know that things will be changing when it comes to the style of content delivery for Xbox moving forward. But they kind of reassured a lot of things and kind of dispelled some of the leaks and rumors that have been going around, and also confirmed some of the leaks and rumors without saying it directly. So what's changing? Big thing they mentioned at the beginning is that there are going to be 4 games coming to Game Pass. They didn't mention that they've already been out. I shouldn't say like it. They are released titles. You mentioned like 2 of them being more like live servicey kind of games that are on Xbox, and 2 of them are a little bit more like niche that like don't really fit like being like an Xbox exclusive kind of game, right? At least that's what Phil said. I think they mentioned here also within the tweet here, talking about it, that so basically the news, like the most immediate news to know that's what's happening with Xbox right now, is that basically Diablo 4 is coming to Game Pass on March 28th, which is amazing. Super excited about that. He said Pal World shout out. I mean, yeah, it's on Xbox and Steam, if I remember correctly, right? It's on I don't think it's on PlayStation, is it? But most people are playing it on Steam. He said we're also in the process of bringing 4 games, Xbox games, to other platforms, meaning PlayStation, Nintendo. That these games which have already been available to Xbox players for the past year, including hidden gems deserve to be reserved to gems that to be experienced more widely, and live service games whose communities will benefit from welcoming even more players. We'll share more details on these titles soon. Phil said directly that he's going to let the publishers effectively give him the okay to make these announcements, which is kind of weird because like you're already working towards it and they know the games are going to come to other platforms. The publishers know what games that they're literally working on right now to come to other platforms. So why not mention it here? Like a lot of people are watching. We had 400 plus people in the chat on my stream, which is like a record high for the channel because people are very interested in what's happening next. So I'm kind of curious also if this whole podcast is more like a impromptu way to dispel leaks and rumors that have been going around, or kind of set the narrative. I think it might be what it really was. I don't know if this podcast was necessarily planned, like a month in advance or something like that. I feel like it's definitely much more like a let's set the narrative because things are going wild and some things are true of what people are saying, and we need to kind of set the narrative straight. So go on Xbox, honestly, I think they come out this early after the podcast to tell us what we already knew. I mean, we didn't know about when, Activision titles would start coming to Game Pass. It's March 28th. We got that. And I mean, I think we could pretty much deduce like what titles, right, are we coming over to other platforms. Right, if we go to like Xbox most played games. Let me check it out real quick. And it's also 4 titles, which there were more than 4 titles mentioned when it comes to the initial leak of these games coming out to Game Pass, right? Like the news. If we go to, I think, this guy's tweet. Yeah, so this is the original tweet right here that kind of got a lot of people spinning. This is the guy, Zubby Tech, is like a PlayStation news guy, basically. He hypes up PlayStation on Twitter. He has 30,000 followers on it. He mentioned Sea of Thieves, Hi-Fi Rush, Microsoft Flight Simulator, Grounded, and the Master Chief Collection coming into PlayStation. Now, I don't see the Master Chief Collection coming over to PlayStation from what we've heard from Phil and those recent tweets from Xbox. Grounded could definitely be one of those. I don't see Flight Simulator coming over. Hi-Fi Rush, I don't see coming over. Maybe. Sea of Thieves definitely could be one, though. Have I played Hi-Fi Rush? No. I know I should. Apparently it's an amazing game, yada, yada, yada. I played too much Halo and Call of Duty, okay? I've also been playing some Hogwarts Legacy recently, though. It definitely is going. You think so? The game is made for me. I don't know. I've never really been much for rhythm games. I mean, you had Rock Band and Guitar Hero. Those are good then. Like I know there was like this one like demon focused rhythm game, right? They even had like Matt Hafey from Trivium, which I love Trivium, like contributed to the music on the game, and I just never really bothered to play it, even though people said it was a really good one. You hate rhythm games, but you liked Hi-Fi Rush? Oh, maybe I should give it a go. I don't know. Maybe we should. Chat bully in the play. I mean, it's on Game Pass, right? I should have played it. Charlie Intel posted. Oh, let's check out Charlie. Charlie has always been pretty good when it comes to. Charlie is like pretty accurate when it comes to his info and stuff like that. He also posted out like when those games which games are coming out. Let's see here. Oh, he's been tweeting a bunch. You know which tweet it was exactly? Microsoft says the Game Pass on holiday, blah, blah, blah. Okay, he says it right here. The first 4 Xbox games coming to PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch are Hi-Fi Rush, Pentiment, Sea of Thieves, and Grounded. So the leaks were pretty true, right? That's one thing about leaks and rumors, that you can't believe every word that's said. But you had to kind of get the idea of like what's kind of happening. Told you the rumors were fake. Now the rumors are real. Like the rumor, I mean, the overall rumor was that Xbox games are coming over to PlayStation and other platforms, right? That's the main message you need to get behind like these leaks and rumors. When it comes to the details, like which games specifically are coming over, that can get lost in the mix and lost between like, because like these leaks come from like a guy told me, some guy told me, which told another guy who told a news outlet guy kind of thing. That's how these leaks happen. It's not like directly from like Phil Spencer going like, by the way, Sea of Thieves is coming over the PlayStation. Woo. Yeah. Pentiment's kind of a hidden gem. I actually don't know about Pentiment. Warrant list of games? Maybe to you, yeah. But people loved Hi-Fi Rush. I think it was like, people even said it was like game of the year quality kind of game. Pentiment, I will look into that. Sea of Thieves, I mean, it's been a long-running live service game that really grew into itself. And I think now people actually really enjoy it. Grounded, I mean, I've always seen Xbox pushing this game. But more like Goatiment. Let's check out, like, what is Pentiment? Oh, okay. It's like that 2D side-scrolling game. Yeah, okay. I mean, it has really good reviews on Steam here. Ooh, it's not age appropriate. Overwhelmingly positive with almost 5,000 reviews saying it's overwhelmingly positive. So, I mean, for the people who like these style of games, this game's gonna be for you, man. I think it's like, this is definitely just be like a real fun, like casual play on the couch kind of game, you know? You know, you're not like taking it super seriously. You're just kind of jumping in, playing it for what it is, and just kind of like having fun with it. Dude, what the fuck? You see that guy's reaction? Whoa, why did I pause on that, dude? Sheesh. Oh my God. I'm going to get canceled by YouTube. Sheesh. No major Xbox titles are coming to PlayStation. No, these are major titles. What are you talking about? These are major titles coming over to PlayStation. Especially Sea of Thieves. Cancel all the details. Well, like, okay, let's look on like Xbox most played games, right? Let's see what people are playing. Right? Because let's do like Sea of Thieves. It's always up here, right? Yeah, Sea of Thieves is on the top played games, right behind Diablo, right ahead of Diablo 4. Grounded is already out, right? Is Grounded on here? No. Is it on? Oh, it's on top 50. Okay, so like it's not even in top 50. Like more people are playing Master Chief Collection than Grounded right now. Yeah, Pentiment's like, yeah, definitely one. Pentiment's definitely one I would call a small development, right? Like Hi-Fi Rush, it's not like it's like AAA game, right? If I remember correctly, like that's that kind of quality of a game. So yeah, good on, and I think that'd be a really fun one to get people into it. To, you know, real standout game, a game that like Xbox can really prop up. Be like, check out the good stuff that we have. You know, rhythm games aren't really my thing, but you know, I heard amazing things about the game. Pentiment, I mean, you just saw the reviews on Steam. Like everyone who plays Pentiment loves it. Sea of Thieves, a live service game which needs like a good solid player base, and maybe that player base is kind of dwindling down a little bit, right? I mean, when oh shoot, why did I close out of it already? Let's get a population idea of like how many people are playing Sea of Thieves right now, because it's not really that high up there. I mean, more people are playing Halo Infinite than Sea of Thieves, and people keep calling Halo Infinite a dead game. You know? Like by far, more people are playing Halo Infinite right now. So I'm guessing that there are probably like a few thousand people playing, but not super crazy. I mean, more people are playing Farm Simulator than Sea of Thieves right now. So this game, like you mentioned about a live service game benefiting from a player base growth, Sea of Thieves definitely would be one of those type of games. And Grounded, I've always just seen Xbox try to prop up this game, but I don't know if really... I heard it's actually pretty good, but like at launch, it was not that great, if I remember correctly. I should got like a review saying like Xbox Grounded reviews. IGN, well, actually, never mind. I guess somebody was like, it came out in early access then or something. Early access, I heard it wasn't really great, but IGN gave it a 9 out of 10. PC Gamer gave it a 90%. Eurogamer gave it a 4 out of 5. That's a solid game. Came out in so in early access in July of 2020, and then full release on September 2022. So that makes sense then. Okay. Does this account for Steam metrics too? No, that's only on Xbox when it comes to popular games. Is CFDs on Steam even? We go to Steam charts, right? See, things? I don't think it is, right? No, wait, did I spell it right? Thieves? Thieves. Make sure I spell it right. Thieves. Oh, it is on Steam. Okay. So on Steam right here, yeah, peak concurrent player count right now in the last 24 hours is 13,000. So there's definitely a decent amount of people playing there. Peak at 66,000. But I mean, that's still a pretty solid player base, honestly. And then I mean, I think Halo Infinite's kind of around that same, maybe a little bit less than that on Steam. Okay, quite a bit less, about half that. Oh man, but actually, I'm kind of I didn't. Okay, so this is the player spike right here. This is the reason why Halo 343 is moving away from Halo Infinite, dude. Obviously, this isn't the entire picture of the population of Halo Infinite, right? But you can see the content update 29, which would have probably originally just would have been season 6. They just titled it differently. The player base went from like what 6,000 to 7,000 concurrent player count for peak, up to what 13,000 right here, and kind of been hovering right around like right around 10,000. Kind of dropped off quite a bit recently, just because like it was really only enough content to get people excited for like a week. But like yeah, it's like, and you can see like just like look at the timeline here as well when it comes to the population of Halo Infinite on Steam here, right? That nothing really brings a whole lot of people in. Like 18,000 boosts, like that's pretty nice. That was October, which was the season 5 update. And it seems like we're starting to get some momentum, but like this is the February update here, some kind of update happened here. So it's like I just don't really see, I see just diminishing returns on Halo Infinite, right? When it comes to player bases and stuff like that. I don't really see like a huge revival coming for the game. Unless you had like some crazy cool new feature or new mode coming, which is not happening anytime soon. Our biggest struggle for 343 was just trying to get content out for the game. No one plays Halo on Steam because the Xbox game, as it always has been. Well, there's a lot of people play it on Steam. And but yeah, like majority of players are on Xbox. Yeah, I would agree with you on that one. But I think it's not the exact numbers I'm talking about. It's more about like the ratios of going up and down. I don't expect to see a huge revival of Halo Infinite coming to the game at all. I talked about this on the podcast with Luke and Xperia as well. Yeah, I play on Steam. I know a lot of pretty much majority of your content creator fans will play it on Steam. Some play it on Xbox just because they already had it and they probably have Game Pass. But most of the content creators you're watching are probably either playing it through Game Pass or through Steam. Xbox players have nothing else to play? What are you talking about? There's a lot of games you can play on the Xbox. Things are getting better for sure with Xbox. Yeah, but how would you soft relaunch the game though? Would you just hold back features and just wait for an arbitrary date like a year later to be like, okay, now we have the networking update. We have like 6 new maps. We got we got modes that you guys have been wanting for the last 10 years. That you've been playing for the last 10 years plus are now in the game. Like all the stuff that 343 can make for Infinite right now, it's all stuff to help satiate the player base rather than help it grow. And Halo's in an interesting spot as well when it comes to just gaming in general, because everyone knows about Halo, right? Halo's an old shooter. It's been out since 2001. Everyone has had a chance to either watch it played it, or know somebody who played it, or watched their dad play it, at this point. So everyone knows about Halo. And majority of people, I'm sure, have already kind of made that decision if Halo is a type of game for them. And the only way to really... And so, like, I think they seem to kind of... Xbox needs to kind of just come to the conclusion that, like, Xbox needs to kind of come to the conclusion that Halo is a boomer shooter, right? It's like the same thing with, like, Call of Duty. But the thing was, like, the reason why Call of Duty is still so popular is because they innovated without drastically changing the gameplay of Call of Duty, right? Because essentially what Call of Duty has always been, fast time to kill, military themed shooter, and you get cool bonuses. Like you get kill streaks, you have perks, you get your fast killing guns, basically hide and go seek with weapons kind of thing. And it's never really changed the gameplay too much. And even when they did add it in jump packs, people hate it, and then they went back to boots on the ground. You know, that's the thing that 343 tried doing with Halo, is trying to change the gameplay loop, and people didn't like that, right? Adding in kill streaks and perks, you know, and some weapon drops and stuff like that in regular 44 Halo completely ruins the balance and the fun of the game. And then they tried changing it up with like the movement, right? Advanced movements was the cool thing back in 2015. A lot of people didn't like it because they raised the skill floor too high for people to just kind of casually jump in and play. It made the game too sweaty. In Infinite, they finally got it right, I think, with the gameplay, but they definitely didn't get it right with the content. You know, the game came out, it was kind of buggy. It was lacking elements that gave really people excited to jump in and keep playing kind of thing. It was real, not bare bones, but like it was a very essential package of the game. And people felt like a lot of content was missing. And so, honestly, like for the next Halo game, what they should do is just kind of keep up with like what they're doing with Halo Infinite, but then just, you know, have enough modes. I mean, like the release of Halo Infinite. Did you guys remember that? You guys are probably forgetting that Halo Infinite launched with 4 modes to play. 4 modes. Of the long history of games for people who've been playing in Halo, they launched with 4 modes, and you couldn't even play Team Slayer. Like, who made that decision? At launch, when your game is the most popular. Right? Like, first impressions, you get 4 modes. No Team Slayer playlist. And one of those modes is Big Team Battle. So that's its own niche within it. And I think none of them was ranked, as a lot of people don't want to play ranked. So you have to play quick play. And was it like a team objective or something like that? I can't remember exactly what. Is there a way we can look up like the launch playlist for Halo Infinite? I really want to see this because I was like, it was ridiculous. Halo Infinite launch playlist. Maybe there's like an image or something like that. Yeah, here it is, right here. Oh yeah, another one was Bot Boot Camp. That was the other. Like, what were they thinking, my dude? Like, look at this. This is your launch playlists. Ranked, which is niche, right? Well, the ranked is popular within Halo. I think really just because of skill-based matchmaking kind of forces people to play ranked because it's better settings. Big Team Battle, which is a niche mode, right? Not everyone likes playing Big Team Battle. Bot Boot Camp. So that's really gonna eliminate. So it basically makes it a 3 mode you can play, to be honest. One of those being quick play, and people like quick play. It's one of the more popular modes within Halo Infinite. Well, that go play ranked. If you want your 4v4, go play ranked. And one of the only 4 modes, and one of those modes was against bots. This is the launch of the game. No Team Slayer playlist, which has like been the longest running, most popular mode within Halo. They launched without Team Slayer. And they're like, oh, UI limitations or something like that. Like, this was the launch playlist. Personally, I was fine because all I ever like playing is ranked Big Team Battle. And if I want to mix it up, I play quick play. That's literally what I do right now within Halo. So I was fine. I can understand how the community at large was not fine. I was doing just fine at the launch. I was like, this is great. You're playing directly to what I like, how I like to play. But the thing is also that, like, I'm sure majority of people are kind of in the same boat as well when it comes to playing Halo, like playing ranked, like playing Big Team Battle, and just mix it up with some quick play. But they really should have had Team Slayer in that mix as well. But I know we're just gone off to a full-on Halo rant at this point. But dude, it was like, what are you thinking? What were you thinking? You weren't thinking. That's the problem. You weren't thinking. Like, bruh. And the thing about Halo as well, like I think I saw Ackman bring this up as well, that like Halo is much more of a game that's like an amalgamation of all these smaller parts put together. Kind of like almost like a like a Gary's mod on console almost in a way, where you have so many different ways you can enjoy to play Halo. You know, everyone has their own way they like playing it, which is a gift and a curse about the game. The thing is that you need to provide people the opportunity to play the game how they want. Oh, and Forge wasn't there at launch either, by the way. Forge didn't come in until about a year later, and then after that, had to wait like what 4, 5, 6 months or whatever until like a well, actually, let's check this out here. I see this blog right here saying the community playlist launch. So this is when like I think this is when Forge Maps first came into the game, right? This is it says over a year ago when this came out. It didn't say exactly what date. Does it have it in the HTML what date this actually was posted? See if it actually kind of comes up as like a thing here. It doesn't say. Oh, it just kind of updates on its own. Okay, so it doesn't really say who, but or when this actually was posted. Alex Wakeford has his own page on his channel. Look at that. On Waypoint. That's cool. But yeah, it was like actually for honestly, it was like a half a fast turnaround. It was like what 6 months after the game, after Forge was released, right, or something like that. But yeah. I can catch up with chat a little bit. I know I got a little ranty there. See small with like only 4 modes. Exactly. Halo Infinite Game Pass is so good. I don't want 343 to abandon it. They're not abandoning it, but I think they're kind of doing with Halo 5, what they did with Halo 5, right? At the end of its life cycle, where it kind of got supported by Forge. It's kind of going that same route, and they're kind of just looking for the next game. I just hope that time is of the essence with Halo, man. They just need a new game out as soon as possible. Either I have a feeling it'll probably be like a multiplayer only game that might be like one mode. That'd be like a new crazy mode that never played in Halo. It uses like the fundamentals that were set with Infinite, and then just make a crazy new mode around it. Kind of like what Call of Duty did with Warzone, right? You're basically playing the same mechanics of Call of Duty, but in Warzone with like a little extra health. And that's about it, you know? And some unique aspects and like weapon loadouts, which are unique to Warzone. But that's because like they took those elements of what made Call of Duty great. You have your own specific weapon loadouts and perks and stuff like that, fast time to kills, you know, the military style theme, but place it into Battle Royale rather than changing Call of Duty to be a Battle Royale like Fortnite or something like that, you know, if you know what I mean. Like it still plays like Call of Duty. And granted, I made a great wall of fence lines. Oh, sorry, it's like kind of like a base building. It's kind of like, isn't Grounded kind of like Forest? The Forest, right? Where it's like you have to like build up a base because like at night that's when all the bad stuff comes out and you need to, and then like you have to rebuild your base after that kind of stuff. I saw Helldivers 2 looked kind of interesting. Is Helldivers 2 on Game Pass? Because I actually would want to play that. That looks fun. I always just love like co-op PvE kind of experiences that were just super fun just to jump in and shoot things. I don't know if Helldivers 2 just looked like straight up like, what if you made ODSTs fight against like aliens from Starship Troopers? It's what it looked like to me. So rumors of Halo reboot is true. Not a reboot, but they are working on a new game because Sketch, the community director, mentioned they are working on multiple projects that are coming in the future that Halo fans will be very happy about. We hired people who hate Halo to make Halo. I keep seeing that quote, but that was like back in Halo 4, man. And honestly, like, yeah, that's not necessarily a bad thing though, honestly. It's good to have people, like if you're trying to expand what people want out of their Halo games, you know, because we have that player base that's like dedicated to Halo. They're not changing anytime soon or going away anytime soon. So how do you get a bigger audience? That was the biggest key about about Halo 4 was like trying to expand to a larger audience, right? That was the big thing. And then well, how do you appeal to a larger audience to get people who don't like playing Halo to get some input in there? Obviously, it didn't quite work out in their favor because they basically just copied Call of Duty, which is not the way to do it, you know? But I don't know. Yeah, heading out there, Brecken. I appreciate you coming by, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate everyone coming by the stream as well. By the way, if you're new, don't forget to tap subscribe. Phil even told you to subscribe, so you have to go and do it. And if you like this kind of, breakdown videos, make sure, leave a like if you want to see more live streams like this. I definitely would be down to do more like live stream content like this, or just kind of chatting about like the news and stuff like that. Xbox related stuff. I'm all for it. Dude, we had like 400 plus people coming to the chat. That was insane. We still have an insane amount of people right now. What's up, Bill Fredericks? Thanks for being a member, man. I openly wish for a return to story and character-based campaigns with Halo. I do as well. That would be an easy win to get the casual audience into playing Halo. Let's make another campaign. The hardest part is that campaigns are incredibly difficult to make. And we'd have to wait probably 3 years from now to actually get a Halo campaign. Because for everything we've heard, right? Remember those leaks from Jason Schreier back in January of 23 saying that they're looking to switch to the Unreal Engine. And so switching to a new engine, making a new campaign. And we've seen leaks from LinkedIn profiles saying that 343 developers have made assets for a Halo unnamed Halo project in Unreal 5. Can't wait to be 31 years old and play a new Halo game. Fuck. Welcome to my world, dude. I appreciate it, Bill. Thank you so much. Halo C had the best story. I think for a Halo game, like that's what you got to do for the next Halo game. It's like a simple story with just really good gameplay. Just focus on the gameplay, have the campaign be fun, and people will enjoy it. Kind of like I love like Titanfall 2's campaign was great. It was a simple story, just basically beat the bad guys, but the gameplay of it was so good that you couldn't deny it. It was such an amazing campaign. Like if Titanfall 3 was just a story-driven campaign game, I would absolutely buy it and play it. But a little game called Apex came around and had to shift focus a little bit, which understandable, totally makes sense. What's up, Silas? Stopping by, Kev. Say hello. Appreciate you. Again, like if anyone here is new to the stream, just to kind of keep you up to date, what basically was announced, Xbox are bringing 4 games to other platforms. This is directly what Phil said, that are currently released right now. One of them being a live service game. But he said he's gonna wait to let those publishers to get the timing right to make those announcements. But we do have leaks right here from Charlie Antel saying a Hi-Fi Rush, Pentiment, Sea of Thieves, and Grounded will be the games that will be coming to the PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch, which sounds about right. I think I also mentioned like some games have been out for like a year. Hi-Fi Rush has been out for officially a year now at this point. Pentiment, I think, as well. Grounded has been out for a little bit over a year. And Sea of Thieves could definitely use. He mentioned about mentioned a live service game that's on Xbox only, or Xbox live service game that could use a community boost. Being definitely Sea of Thieves, because Sea of Thieves population, it's there, but it's not that great. Definitely could be better. And also the news that we have Diablo 4 being the first Activision game to come to Game Pass. Sorry, Diablo 4 is coming to Game Pass on March 28th as well. Those are like the big takeaways from the podcast that we went live. No news on exactly what those were. It didn't really sound like Halo was going to be coming to PlayStation though, which I was kind of bummed about. I was actually really looking forward to see if like the Master Chief Collection could come to PlayStation. I think that would be perfect. I don't see Infinite coming over to PlayStation just because of the shift of focus at 343, shifting away from Halo Infinite. The community director sketch literally said they're shifting their attention away from Infinite. Ambitions beyond Infinite, to quote directly. It'd be great for the Diablo 4 community. I agree. I absolutely will be playing Diablo 4 when it comes to Game Pass, like 100%. By the way, is there a way to play Game Pass games on a Steam Deck? I really need to make that work. I really need to make that work. Because I would love to be able to chill on the couch with like an earbud in, hang out with the show playing, hang out on the couch with the Wi-Fi, play like Starfield or something. If I install Windows on the Steam Deck, yes. Oh, that's right, because it uses Linux, right? Yeah, true. Wouldn't it lose like some optimizations then? Because like games are like optimized for the Steam Deck. xCloud works. Not to derail. Side note, someone got Steam to work on Apple Vision Pro. Ah, I mean, Steam's such an open platform that they would love it. Man, I would have played Diablo 4, but Dragon's Dogma will be out by then. What's Dragon's Dogma? Check that out. I mean, I'm on a big kick right now playing Hogwarts Legacy. It's kind of like my single player game I'm playing through right now. And then, what else? Let's say it was, we probably, is it Dragon's Dogma 2? Yeah, check out the official trailer. Oh, this looks kind of cool. Chunk. Oh, don't worry. It's not a PlayStation game. It's just an ad, guys. It's just an ad. It's just an ad. Chill. And then we got some Xbox fans in the chat. All right, chill. It's just an ad. Okay. Wait. So Archer. That's cool. Interesting. Collateral! Oh! Well, the graphics on this are pretty good. The 50-second trailer. This is definitely a smaller studio because this trailer isn't exactly the most exciting thing to watch. Oh, this is specifically on the Archer, though. Okay. What's up in trailer? Sorry. Okay, here we go. Action trailer. This is what I need to see. Give me the gist of what I can expect with Dragon's Dogma 2. Chunk. Oh, okay, this is captured on PS5. Okay, chill, daddy, chill.
I knew you would come, our risen one.
Is this like a online co-op game?
The dragon will appear before you when the time is come.
If it's like online co-op, that would be pretty fun. Like if you're able to play with other friends.
Look out, Arisen! We're under attack!
Oh, dude, you can like hop on top of it? That's crazy.
Beast, come and face me! Monster, watch out!
Okay, this looks much more interesting, yeah, right?
You truly are formidable, Arisen.
I'm assuming that these are other players that you're playing with, right? I like the scale of some of these enemies. This is crazy. Oh my god. Badass Gandalf right there.
Make manifest your will. That's at last this world might.
You take your friends' pawns
Hold
with you?
fast to your strength of will, Arisen One. Those who can be of aid to you will reveal themselves in time.
Thy will, thy soul, these are all the means thou hast to carve thy path.
This definitely seems like kind of gives me almost Dauntless vibes. I don't know if you know about that game.
Yet your wicked schemes will avail you not. Watching.
Ooh, we got dark magic stuff as well. March 22nd. Pre-order meow. Kind of, so it's like, which game you said? Dauntless. This is a game I actually really always enjoyed. but just never really dove too much into it. But Dauntless is like Dauntless. I love the art style on it, and like a really simple kind of game. So it's the kind of like you play against like 3v1 kind of like what against like one big bad dude, and you find your three buddies playing with each other kind of thing. Found it kind of shallow, yeah. I like the simplicity of the gameplay of Dauntless, where it's like like your iframes where you kind of dodge attacks and stuff like that. I also really like the art style on it as well. Like this kind of like clean, cartoony almost style. Not necessarily like Fortnite, obviously, but like I like the design of like the animals and stuff, like the monsters you play against. Each playable character had like their own role to add.
An outpost at the edge of the world.
Kind of like, it was like WoW. And I think this game came out at the same time as like Monster Hunter, if I remember correctly. It's a free-to-play game as well. I just really like the simplicity of it, and like each monster has like their own different types of attacks and stuff like that. And you can have different types of builds with your character. It's actually like a really good game. But it was like I knew like if I really wanted to play it, I'd have to really dedicate my time to it. And I think at the time I was just like I think I was playing too much Destiny or something like that at the time. Yeah, maybe I'll come back to it.
The behemoths are changing, evolving, and so we forge new bonds together.
Monster Hunter Rise is like Dauntless.
At a time. Live on the edge of every moment, Slayer.
Yeah, I think the animations are super fluid. The play is really great. I kind of want to play Dauntless now. Like I forgot how good this game is. But it's like one of those games where it's like I just don't have the time to play it. Sadly, I want to play it more, but just didn't have the time. I think I'd like to say I was playing too much like Destiny or something like that at the time. Man. The top comment is 10 out of 10. You can pet the dog. But yeah. I don't know, guys. How are you feeling about the Xbox news today, though? You feeling good about it? Are you concerned? Happy? Don't have enough information about it? Feels like nothing new. No, like, yeah, like today, directly today, nothing changed. But yeah, it was more of like a heads up. Hey, this is how we're looking to expand as Xbox. I think it's also maybe more in the way of Xbox to, I guess like, I think they're just kind of admitting that they're just stuck in third place. And I think even Phil Spencer, I think even mentioned this, like we're just stuck in third place and there's nothing we can really get around that. Like, if we just release a better console, it's not going to make people want to jump over. And a lot of the games that Xbox has been pushing for the last few years have been good, but nothing really like a console seller, you know? And the games that were supposed to be console sellers were just like, all right. I was actually really hoping for Master Chief Collection to come over to PlayStation. I think that would have been awesome. Bring Halo multiplayer and have Xbox for your PlayStation players playlists. That would actually get some news. That would get news. Good way to kill the rumors, though. Yeah, I think that's also I have a feeling this is more impromptu, like I mentioned earlier in the stream here, that this is definitely much more a reaction to the rumors that were going around that were true to some extent. And Xbox coming out trying to set that narrative straight, which is exactly what they need to do. This podcast was exactly what they needed to do. And I think, yeah, I know we probably wanted some more like, just tell me what's happening right now. And I think maybe we're just a little early on that. And like I said, like they probably didn't want to mention like the exact games that are coming out to other platforms just because they're not sure how long it's going to take exactly when it comes to these games coming out, and maybe just saving those announcements until the June showcase, which they hinted at as well. So in 4 months, I'm feeling we will actually know the 4 games coming out to the other platforms. And which are rumored to be, which again, we can go back and show you guys the tweet by Charlie Intel, which his stuff's usually pretty accurate when it comes to information. Hi-Fi Rush, Pentiment, Sea of Thieves, and Grounded, which all seem to line up about right. From what Phil was saying, like, didn't say directly which games, but he mentioned Xbox Live Service. What's the best live service game that's really an Xbox game? It's Sea of Thieves. It's not Halo Infinite. Even though more people are playing Halo Infinite than Sea of Thieves. On the Xbox, at least. Hi-Fi Rush, again, like you can prop up and be like, look how good this is. And Pentiment being a game where it's like, doesn't really feel like an Xbox game. To have a lot more people get a chance to play, which has been overwhelmingly received as like really good. And Grounded, I think there's something about Xbox wanting to push Grounded. They've just wanted Grounded to be really something special. They pushed it so hard. Maybe maybe Grounded was like Phil Spencer's like, you know, baby child idea he had as a kid, being like, oh, imagine if you played like with your action figures in the grass and dirt, and they actually could play as them. If Phil Spencer were like, finally you guys made the game, it's amazing, and then everyone who's playing it's like, it's kind of kiddie, not really my thing. It feels like, no, we need to push this game. So no Halo on PlayStation? Nope, no Halo on PlayStation. Doesn't look like that's happening anytime soon. But you never know with the next Halo title. Could come to PlayStation. They did also dispel the rumors of Indiana Jones and Starfield coming to PlayStation. That's not happening anytime soon, because we saw this article go live here, which on The Verge, which is a very popular website to get news and information, saying Microsoft weighs launching Indiana Jones on PlayStation 5. Specifically mentioned here, saying while Bethesda will launch Indiana Jones game first on Xbox console, it's currently set to have a rather short period of exclusivity. We're told a release for PlayStation 5 being considered for some months later, with Bethesda tentatively targeting December 2024 launch for the game on Xbox and PC. So these games are... So it doesn't seem like... I think what Phil was also referencing more about that was more like, is Indiana Jones releasing on PlayStation? No. Is Starfield coming to PlayStation anytime soon? He said no. So maybe timed exclusivity might not really be a thing. I know it's... Like I said, it was more this podcast was really out there just to try to control the narrative and because a lot of people were talking, a lot of people, you know, word was going around. I mean, you saw a lot of people were very interested in this topic. 400 plus people jumped into the chat here to talk about what the future of Xbox is looking like and exclusivity will be. Starfield is copy and paste sim. I need to get more into Starfield. It's just such a large game, and the pacing of it is pretty slow, which I never expected Starfield to be a fast-paced kind of like RPG kind of game. It very felt more like a world that you kind of just like experience and kind of go at your own pace, rather than like say, like I'm playing Hogwarts Legacy right now. That game feels much more fast-paced and like much more like go from mission to mission, where Starfield's more like jump into these different worlds and walk around, explore, and kind of like, you know, explore space at your own leisure kind of thing. Different kind of vibe. But I think the pacing like Hogwarts Legacy I'm actually really enjoying. That's a game I'm really having a lot of fun playing through right now. I think I'm like 30-ish hours into it. Let me see. How many hours am I into Hogwarts? If Steam will load, that'd be great. 27 hours into the game, and I'm like, I think I'm getting close to maybe halfway through or something like that. It's a big game. But yeah, I mean, I appreciate a lot of you guys coming by and hanging out and chatting and you know, getting more. Just, do you guys want to see more like live stream information, news stuff about just like Xbox gaming in general, gaming news in general? Should I just keep it to the Halo stuff? You know, I'm always open to some feedback and hearing what you guys have to say. You know, You guys help drive the content. Granted, it's fun with your friends. I bet it could be, yeah, right? Because like, if I remember correctly, the idea is like during the day you resource gather and base build, and at night you defend against like AI, like spiders and stuff like that. I enjoyed the cool cast. I've been wanting to get to see if I can time it with like a live stream. I'm currently in talks with the next guest for the podcast, but haven't finalized things yet. But we might wait until Cyber Showdown comes out at the beginning of March to record that podcast and have it go live. Probably, I like to release on Mondays because Mondays are pretty slow news days. Probably release that on March 11th. Will probably be the next podcast. I'm thinking maybe, so I want to do it every other week. So maybe, so I'm still expecting to have like a long form video to go out on the 26th. I might do like a Q&A type video or something like that, or some kind of like larger form video. I'm obsessed with Halo, but you did a good job with the news on Xbox stuff today. Well, I appreciate it, Andy. Thank you. More live streams would be fun. The reasons, if the reason is there, true. Yeah, if the reason's there, the more than just being like, hey, it's Tuesday, you know. That's what I definitely think it feels like with the channel, right? It's definitely where it comes like live stream content. Like if there's something happening, definitely worth doing. If it's just like another day, maybe not bother with it. Anything I could sit down and listen is great. Love live streams, love podcasts. Listening to this at work right now. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Red Sun. Definitely check out the podcast video that I posted up on Monday here. Want like a nice like hour-long discussion on the Halo stuff. We talked about like content update 29. Talked about the Halo show. A fun top Halo game list from IGN, which I thought was kind of interesting as well. But yeah, we do have Cyber Showdown coming around pretty soon. Beginning of March, so we'll probably have some live streams talking about like, you know, some trailers going out for that, what to expect and things like that in between. I think I might try to ride some more hype when it comes to like trailer releases and things like that, and get an ear to the ground, that kind of stuff, and maybe more general like Xbox games. Like, I'm sure there'll be a trailer for when Diablo comes to Xbox, right? There'll probably be a trailer for that. We can probably like react to it and find out more information about it or something. I'm excited about that. Diablo coming to Game Pass. Very excited about that. The only reason why I haven't started, that's the only reason why I haven't started Elden Ring. Yeah. Ah, man. You know, guys, I think we're pretty good on the live stream. We're hitting about a little bit over 2 hours, and we pretty much talked about everything we wanted to chat about. Unless you guys had some questions you wanted to talk about, or you know, maybe another recap for anyone who just hopped in and didn't miss all the details. But anyway, so a lot of time I will need to be set aside. Where to put it? Well, work sleeves. Yeah. For sure. And again, guys, I will be posting. Well, I think tomorrow. I guess we'll do a video about all this stuff, maybe, or something like that. I'm not sure, because a lot of it was just like general Xbox news. But maybe it'd be worth making a video like right after the podcast, after this video, or something like that. Are there more details? Depends what details you don't know. That's the thing about podcasts, or the thing about live streams. That like when you hop in, like, yeah, we already discussed it 5 times, but so many people kind of come in and out of live streams, right? You have to repeat yourself so many times over. Well, thank you, Guthrie. I appreciate it. I was really hoping Xbox and PlayStation would drop non-single player exclusive games. I'll dive some of that. Yeah, me too. Most of the friends play on PlayStation, so Halo would have been really nice too. Yeah, it would have been really nice to have that happen. I think I got all the details. Well, thank you very much, London. Or is it Luden? It'd be Luden. I said London. No, I thought it was like a word spelling, like a fun spelling of London. Luden. But yeah, guys, again, thank you so much. Make sure you tap like on the stream here, so when that video goes into the VOD world of things, people can check it out. It gets better in the algorithm are there for you. And make sure to subscribe. Maybe we can branch out to more Xbox news stuff. We'll have to see. Okay, big bag. All right. Good day, good evening, good night, and everything in between, guys. Thank you all for coming by. I really do appreciate it. And catch you in the next one. I should have a video going out either today or tomorrow. But yeah, catch y'all later. Peace out.